Hey guys, it is August the 19th, 2024, and I hope everybody had a great weekend this past weekend. Just want to start off today's video and say thank you so much to everybody that hopped in on the live yesterday and everybody that went back and watched it after the fact. The thing is that it's a Sunday afternoon. I know that everybody can't make it, but we still ended up with quite a few people in there yesterday. I mean, it was a lot of people. So once again, thank you so much to everybody that hopped in on there yesterday. Today I want to talk about something. Yesterday afternoon, last night, I was kind of browsing through YouTube and I ran across this video, and the gentleman was talking about why he couldn't quit drinking, and it really resonated with me with what he was saying, and I figured I'd hop on here today, and I'm not going to go too long with today's video. I'm going to keep this one kind of short, but I think one of the biggest reasons that I could never stop, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you out there who can relate to what I'm going to be talking about today, is that there was always this thought in the back of my mind, always, that tomorrow is a better day. Today is not the right day for this. And I always had an excuse. It didn't matter what it was. I always found an excuse, and it's kind of like yesterday in the live video. Somebody had asked me, do I drink non-alcoholic beers or beverages, and I said no. And the reason that I don't drink non-alcoholic beers, and I've made a video about this in the past, but the reason that I don't drink non-alcoholic beers is for a couple of reasons. One is that non-alcoholic beer, now some of them don't, but a majority of the non-alcoholic beers out there still have a small amount of alcohol in them. It's like 0.5% alcohol. And with my tolerance right now, I haven't had a drink in over 2 years. So, if I was to drink 6 of those non-alcoholic beers, which wouldn't be out of range for me, I could absolutely chug 6 beers in a matter of a few minutes. And I would do it. I mean, it's just my addictive personality. And if there was a chance that I could catch a buzz off of, 6 non-alcoholic beers, if I drank them fast enough, I would do it. And, that's one reason why I don't want to have alcohol in my system either. I just don't even want to taste the alcohol. But one of the biggest reasons that I don't drink non-alcoholic beverages is because I am an addict. I am an alcoholic. And where there is a will, there is a way with me. I will always find a way. And when I was a drinker, there was a moment in time when I attempted to stop drinking, utilizing non-alcoholic beers or beverages as a means for me to stop. And when I did that, the thing is, it's really sad because my wife got really super excited about the fact that I was trying to quit during that period of time and was very helpful. She would go to the store and buy me non-alcoholic beers, and the ones that I really would drink, that I really enjoyed drinking, were like the really pricey ones. And you had to go to, there's a liquor store here in town that has like a really big, our liquor stores are split. So if you walk in, if they have liquor, one side sells liquor, the other side has to be partitioned with a door, and then they can sell the beer and wine on the other side. And the liquor store that I'm speaking about, they had like a whole other section where they sold like beer, wine, all that kind of stuff. And they had like a huge selection of non-alcoholic beers. So they had like, all the non-alcoholic IPAs and all that kind of stuff. And she would go buy those for me. She'd get off work, stop by the liquor store and pick me up a 6-pack of non-alcoholic beers or a couple of 6-packs of non-alcoholic beers, because she was trying to help me. And, I had told her that this is going to be what's going to help me to be able to stop. And I was kind of successful with it for a short period of time. But what I ended up doing is that, like I said, where there's a will, there's a way with me because of my addictive mind. I was pouring those beers out. So what I started doing is I was going to the store and I was purchasing regular beer. And I would buy like the super high test IPAs. And I made sure that it matched up with whatever kind of non-alcoholic beer that I was buying. I would buy those. And if my wife wasn't home, or if I had an opportunity in my car or whatever, I would waste all of that non-alcoholic beer, pour it all out, and then I would refill those bottles with actual real beer, put the cap back on, and I would put it in the refrigerator. And I would come home and start cracking those open and pretend like I was drinking non-alcoholic beers. All along, I was drinking real alcohol. You know, and the whole time I'm lying to my wife, and she's thinking that I'm drinking non-alcoholic beer, and I wasn't. I started saving the empty beer bottles, and then I was just recycling those. I was, you know, washing them out, refilling them up with real beer, and then I would just keep them around. I'd hide them in places, and then I'd bring it in the house, pretend like I had just bought a six-pack. I'd keep the little six-pack little carrier and all that stuff. And I'd put those in the fridge. And, you know, I was just bold-faced lying to my wife, to myself, and, you know, pretending like I was drinking non-alcoholic beers, and I wasn't. And then it got to the point, you know, where I was just drinking those for a little bit, but then it got, you know, beer just wasn't enough for me. So then I started sneaking in the shooters and my flask and all that kind of stuff, or I'd have a couple mixed drinks before I came home. You know, all along I reeked of alcohol, and I just didn't realize it back then. But, you know, like I was saying yesterday's live, I can smell alcohol on somebody a mile away now. You know, I don't know who the heck I thought I was fooling. You know, once again, I was fooling myself. But back to what I was saying about, you know, why I could never stop. It's just I always found an excuse. There was always a reason. You know, I would tell my wife, okay, tomorrow's going to be the last day. And, you know, I would always overconsume the night before. You know, whenever I would, you know, say, okay, tomorrow's the 20th. Okay, so August 20th is my last day drinking. So on August 19th, which would be today, let's say today I decided tomorrow's my last day drinking. I would way overdrink tonight. I would drink massively all day today. And then tomorrow I would wake up with all intentions of stopping. And then I would be super hungover. And, you know, the thing is that the only thing that ever worked for my hangovers was drinking again. And, you know, I would get up that morning, pace around the house for a little while, and I'd finally just give in and go to the store because I just couldn't deal with it any longer. If I didn't have a bottle stashed away somewhere, which I usually always did, and then I would start drinking again. So that would happen. I would drink massively the night before, and then I'd wake up the next day with just way too hungover to be able to do it. So, you know, if that's one of the things too, is, you know, if you're going to try to stop, I would not overindulge the day before. You know, it just doesn't make any sense because you're going to wake up feeling like trash the next day. And it's gonna rack up your anxiety. You're gonna have that anxiety the next day. You're gonna feel like garbage. And, you know, one of the things is that alcohol will make you feel better the next day. I mean, you're going to start getting drunk again, but it will take that edge off. And the next thing, like I was saying, is that I always had an excuse. I was always looking for a reason that I had to postpone stopping. You know, let's say it was some event that was coming up. Let's say we had a friend that was getting married, and we had to go to their wedding. And I knew that the wedding was coming up in 2 weeks. Well, you know, I couldn't not drink at that wedding. So it was always, okay, well, I have to wait until after this wedding before I can do it. So, because I have to drink at that wedding. There's no way I can go to that wedding and not drink. So I've got to postpone it 2 weeks. Or I've got this big event at my job. And, you know, I was a chef back in the day, and I knew I had a big party coming up. You know, there's no way that I could not drink before that. I just always found an excuse. There was always a reason, no matter what it was. I mean, it could have been, it's going to rain tomorrow, so I have to be able to drink tomorrow because it's going to rain. So, or the sun's going to be shining tomorrow, and it's going to be a pretty day, so I've got to get outside to cut the grass. So I have to drink beer while I do that. I promise you guys that it doesn't matter what it was, I would find a reason. I mean, it could be I've got a black shirt on today, and I would find a reason because I'm wearing a black shirt. I mean, I would literally find a reason for anything to postpone, not to postpone stopping drinking. I always found a reason. And it would always be in the back of my mind. I would keep thinking about it over and over again and just keep, you know, doing this whole, like, back and forth with myself. You know, I was talking to myself in my mind. And I would eventually just convince myself. You know, that little person on your shoulder would always convince me, you know, just go ahead, man. You know, why are you doing this to yourself? And that's the kind of stuff I would hear. Why are you doing this to yourself right now? Why are you putting yourself through all this stress and anxiety? Just you can do it. Just drink through the weekend at least. Come on, man. Why are you going to try to stop on a Friday? You got the whole weekend ahead of you. You're going to be in a bad mood. Just go ahead and drink Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can stop on Monday. Monday's the day. It was always like that with me. Monday's the day that's coming up, and we can stop then. But let's just get through the weekend. Let's have a good time this weekend, and then on Monday. And then Monday will come, and then it was, well, I got a pretty busy week at work. A busy week at work this week, and I need to make it through the work week. And let's just do one more week, and then I'd make it through that week, and then that Monday will come, and then it was, oh man, I'm just not feeling good, or my car just broke down, and now I'm stressed out about that, so I've got to worry about that. Or my wife's angry at me, so I'm just gonna drink because my wife's angry at me. I swear to you guys, I came up with an excuse for everything, and that's why I never was able to do it, because I always allowed myself to talk myself out of it every single time. And now is a better time than any. And one of the things that I say on here a lot is that I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional by any means. I'm not affiliated with any. I'm just a guy that is an alcoholic, and I have a lot of experience with drinking, getting drunk, and wasting my life away being an alcoholic, and ended up almost losing my life a couple of times because of my consumption. I've almost died, and I'm dealing with the health consequences now because of my consumption, and that's all I am. I'm just a long time drunk, and I don't drink anymore, and that's who I am. But I can tell you this, that if you are here and you're considering stopping drinking, please speak with a doctor, because stopping drinking abruptly, if you've been drinking for a long period of time, it just really just depends on you, your body, and it's between you and your doctor. They might want to put you on a medical detox, or might want to help you along, because you can potentially lose your life from just stopping abruptly alcohol. It can be very dangerous. You can have seizures and all kinds of stuff. Please be careful, and at least speak with a doctor. And if the doctor says go for it, then go for it. But the thing is that now's a better day than any. Why wait? You're just going to keep postponing it. You're going to keep talking yourself out of it. It's just going to keep happening over and over and over again. Today's the day if you want to stop. Just go for it. Time's ticking, and it's not going to stop ticking. And if you're anything like me, I kept telling myself over and over and over again that tomorrow's going to be the day, and that day never came. And I spoke about this the other day, but there's like 10 years of my life that I don't really remember anything from at all. There's a whole decade, a quarter of my life is gone. I barely remember any of it. I was so drunk. Make the choice today if that's what you want to do. Just go for it. If you have spoken with your doctor, but just do it. Just stop. Time's just going to keep ticking by. And I'm telling you, before you know it, years are going to have gone by, and the damage is going to be done, and you don't want to end up like me. You just don't. If you have a problem with alcohol, that problem's not going to go away, and there's no way of controlling it. I mean, there might be some people out there in the world that have been able to take their addiction and get it under control. I don't know of any, but there might be some. But the thing is that that day will never come if you keep telling yourself that. Just go for it. What do you have to lose? You're going to feel uncomfortable for a little bit, yeah. But, with anything in life, you know what they say, anything that's great it takes hard work. And, this is just like anything else. Rome wasn't built overnight, and it's like that job that that you went for when you were younger. You didn't get it immediately. It took a lot of hard work, dedication, showing up to work on time, doing your job correctly. It's the same thing with quitting drinking. You got to show up for it. You have to be on time. You have to be dedicated. You got to stick through it. Yeah, it might not be uncomfortable. It's not going to be. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that it's going to be comfortable, because it's not. It's going to be very uncomfortable. And you're going to do a lot of pacing and a lot of thinking and a lot of second guessing yourself and wondering, is this the right decision? Why am I putting myself through this? Trust me, what you're dealing with when you stop, those cravings, that frustration, the withdrawal, all that stuff, it is worth it 150%. I can promise you that. Because waking up every single day without a hangover, remembering what you did the night before, not having your family members, your wife, your husband, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever, angry at you anymore, people start trusting you again. You can't buy that with money. And one of the best things about quitting drinking is gaining that trust back. You can actually get in your car and leave and go to the store without somebody, second guessing you and what you're doing or going through your stuff. Because that's the kind of stuff that would happen to me. My wife used to go through all my stuff all the time. She doesn't go through any of my stuff anymore. She has no reason to. And that's the best part about it, is having that trust back and not being second guessed. And, that used to frustrate me so bad. But, I was lying, and I would get angry that I was being questioned. And the whole time I'm sitting there lying right through my teeth. And then I would be like, why are you questioning me? Why are you going through my things? Why do you think I have a bottle of liquor hidden in there? And the whole time I did. But now I've gained my trust back, and you can do the same. And there is no better feeling in the world than knowing that people actually believe what you say when you say it. And they don't give you a double take or ask you to repeat what you just said again or any of that kind of stuff. It's so freeing. I can't even begin to explain it to you. So don't let that little person on your shoulder talk you out of it today. Don't let that little person on your shoulder tell you that it's going to be okay. Just for today, because today is going to keep going. It's going to be just for today, every single day, until you finally make that decision that I've had enough, and I'm tired of being sick and tired. Stick through it. I know it's uncomfortable, but you can do it. I have total belief in each and every single one of you guys here on this channel. I've said this over and over again, but if I can stop, I know you can too. I was a horrible alcoholic. I woke up in the middle of the night and drank because of the withdrawals. I'd wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes and have to have a drink just to go back to sleep again because I'd be shaking so bad. And I woke up every single morning and threw up. Every day. Every single day I threw up. And I drank from the time I woke up in the morning until the time I fell asleep, passed out at night. If I passed out at night, there were days I'd pass out at 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'd sleep the rest of the day. I wasted my entire life away. Not my entire life, but a big portion of it I wasted away. Being drunk and intoxicated and not even knowing what was going on anymore. You can do this. Once again, I know it's not comfortable, but hard things, when we work through those hard things, not only do we feel pride in it, but that's when we get the big prize that's waiting for us on the other side. So, once again, don't let yourself talk yourself into drinking today, tomorrow. Just keep sticking through it, because it does get easier with time. That's one thing I can promise you. The cravings, they're very frequent in the beginning, but as time progresses, they get more and more spaced out. And eventually they come every once in a while. I still get cravings every once in a while, but I just push them to the back of my mind, find something to occupy my mind with for a minute, and they eventually go away again. And I wake up the next day and I'm so glad I didn't cave in to my thoughts, because my mind, it's been playing tricks on me for a very long time, and I want to have control of it now, and I know you do too. So once again, stay sober out there today, guys. Don't give in. You've got this. I believe in you. And until tomorrow, I will see you guys then. Y'all have a great day. Bye.